Welcome to IQD Dinar News, your go-to source for the latest updates on currency exchange rates, revaluation news, and insights into the Iraqi dinar. Stay informed and ahead of the curve with our timely analysis and breaking developments. Iraq's recent decision to adopt a hybrid monetary process likely stems from its efforts to manage the volatility of the Iraqi dinar while balancing the demands of a dynamic economy. Hybrid monetary policies are used by central banks when they need flexibility in managing currency supply, exchange rates, and interest rates. They often combine elements of fixed and floating exchange rates, which allows the central bank to stabilize the currency in certain respects while allowing it to respond to market conditions in others. This approach reflects Iraq's desire to control inflation and exchange rate volatility, which have been long-standing concerns for the country. After years of instability, Iraq's currency, the Iraqi dinar, has faced a tumultuous relationship with the global economy, often suffering from fluctuations due to internal and external political and economic pressures. In Iraq's case, the first book could represent the traditional, officially recognized exchange rate used for domestic transactions and public institutions. This rate would apply to the daily lives of citizens, government budgets, and salaries, anchoring the internal economy to a stable point of reference. Stability here is essential to avoid inflation and maintain purchasing power for everyday goods and services. The second book, in contrast, might operate with a different exchange rate geared toward specific economic activities, especially those involving foreign trade, international contracts, or foreign currency reserves. This second rate could reflect a closer alignment with market-driven valuations, thereby potentially offering a more competitive or advantageous rate in international markets. The rationale for this approach is rooted in the desire to manage the Iraqi dinar's exposure to international currency fluctuations while providing stability at home. When a country faces an exchange rate that does not accurately reflect the true value of its currency in international markets, it may struggle with challenges like capital flight, inflationary pressures, or a lack of investor confidence. By separating the exchange rates into two books, Iraq can pursue a rate that reflects the market reality more closely in international dealings. This may attract foreign investment and help the government better manage its reserves, thus protecting local purchasing power while allowing international transactions to occur at a market-reflective rate. Additionally, this approach may allow Iraq to conduct foreign trade without exposing the entire economy to the same level of risk associated with currency fluctuation. In other words, it shields domestic consumers from global market volatility, which can be especially beneficial during times of economic stress or geopolitical instability. A dual exchange rate system can further offer a level of transparency to international investors while maintaining a measure of insulation from rapid shifts in the global market. By making clear distinctions between rates used domestically and internationally, Iraq signals to global partners that it is a controlled but open environment for investment. This separation can attract foreign direct investment, FDI, as investors are more likely to engage when they feel that the value of their investments will be accurately reflected in international market terms rather than being tied to a potentially undervalued official rate. However, implementing such a hybrid system is not without challenges. For one, a country adopting two separate exchange rates must ensure that both rates are sustainable. If the domestic rate is set artificially high or low relative to market forces, it can lead to unintended consequences. For example, if the rate in the first book is significantly lower than the international rate, it may encourage people to exploit the gap by purchasing currency domestically and selling it internationally, a practice known as currency arbitrage. This can drain national reserves and destabilize the currency further. Conversely, if the rate is set too high, it could stifle economic growth as domestic consumers and businesses struggle to keep up with inflated costs. Managing two rates also demands a robust regulatory framework. The central bank and other financial institutions must work tirelessly to monitor and control money flows between the two systems to prevent manipulation or illegal currency trading. This is particularly relevant in a country like Iraq, where past sanctions and informal markets have sometimes led to challenges in financial regulation. Building trust in the system and ensuring that it is transparent and free from corruption is critical for the long-term success of a hybrid policy. Another consideration in implementing a dual exchange rate system is communication and transparency with the public. Iraqi citizens will need reassurance that the hybrid policy benefits the economy as a whole and that the domestic exchange rate will remain stable. Public trust is paramount to prevent a run on the currency, where people rapidly exchange their dinars for more stable foreign currencies out of fear that the dinar will lose its value. Building this trust may require the central bank to provide regular updates on economic indicators and openly discuss its strategy to stabilize the currency while allowing some flexibility in foreign markets. A hybrid system with dual books also calls for careful management of foreign currency reserves. Foreign reserves are essential for maintaining the second exchange rate, as they provide the liquidity needed for international trade and investment. The central bank must ensure that it has enough reserves to meet demand at the international rate without jeopardizing the domestic economy. This requires a delicate balance, as overusing reserves to prop up the second rate can leave the central bank vulnerable to external shocks or dips in the oil market, which forms the backbone of Iraq's economy. In addition to the macroeconomic benefits and challenges, this hybrid monetary approach can significantly impact Iraq's position on the global economic stage. As a nation that has faced years of economic challenges, sanctions, and recovery from conflict, Iraq is keen to attract foreign investment and integrate into the global economy. By establishing a dual exchange rate, Iraq is signaling to international investors that it recognizes the importance of aligning its policies with market realities. This can enhance Iraq's credibility in the global financial community, paving the way for greater cooperation and economic support. For Iraq, the transition to a hybrid system is also a step toward greater economic autonomy. It allows the nation to retain some control over its currency without fully exposing itself to the volatility of a free-floating exchange rate. This autonomy is crucial for a country that is still building its economic infrastructure and diversifying beyond oil. By carefully managing its exchange rate policy, Iraq can focus on longer-term goals like infrastructure development, diversification, and increasing employment opportunities. These objectives, in turn, will strengthen Iraq's economy, making it less susceptible to external pressures. In conclusion, Iraq's decision to implement a hybrid monetary process with a dual exchange rate system reflects a nuanced and adaptive approach to managing its currency and economy. By using two sets of books, the central bank can stabilize the domestic economy while allowing for flexibility in international transactions. This policy is designed to mitigate inflation, encourage investment, and protect Iraq from the potential pitfalls of currency volatility. While the approach carries certain risks and requires meticulous management, it could provide Iraq with the stability and flexibility needed to achieve sustained economic growth and integration into the global market. Thanks for tuning in to IQD Dinar News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more updates on the Iraqi dinar and global currency trends, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.